pilots, and welcome to another edition of Sporty's Product Pirate Videos. Today we're going to do a head-to-head comparison on digital ANR headsets. We have the Lightspeed Delta Zulu versus the Bose A30. Let's start out with what's the same. Both of these headsets are super comfortable and super quiet. If you're stepping up from a passive headset to one of these two headsets, you're going to be amazed. They are magic. But there are some specific differences. Let's jump in and look at the differences the Delta Zulu has to offer over the Bose A30. The Lightspeed Delta Zulu is feature-rich. It has built in a carbon monoxide detector, and it's located here in the ear cup, which is the exact place you want to have a carbon monoxide detector. This is the air I'm breathing right here, so it's going to give me a good reading on what is right in front of my face. That carbon monoxide detector will alert me in my headset via audio. It will also Bluetooth to my cell phone or iPad and give me alerts through it. It can also do a readout of the ppm over time, so you can see how much carbon monoxide you had in your cockpit at different time periods. Most pilots, you're going to find that you're going to have peaks when you start your engine up in taxi, but once you're at cruise, most of the CO is going to be gone in normal cockpit operations. Lightspeed Delta Zulu also has a feature called hearing acuity. And while I'm on the ground, I can go ahead and take what's equivalent to a hearing aid test. And the Delta Zulu can find the different frequencies that I might not hear as good as others, and then adjust accordingly. I found this works really good for alerts and music. ATC, maybe not so much, but it is a neat feature when you're looking at the alerts that you receive off a ForeFlight or Garmin Pilot. The Delta Zulu has a rechargeable battery pack. This might seem like a very small thing, but I get tired of changing AA batteries over and over and over again. So having the capabilities of recharging that battery pack is really great for me. Now I will say one negative there is the connector that they use to charge it. It's a special, it's called UAC connector. Lightspeed does include the cable with the headset to charge it, so that's not a really big deal, but I wish it was a Type-C port like all the other devices I have here in the cockpit. Just in case, Lightspeed includes an alkaline battery pack along with the rechargeable battery pack, so you have both options. The Delta Zulu will last anywhere from 20 to 30 hours on a battery pack, so more than enough to complete any of my flights. Even on multiple legs for a weekend, I don't have to worry about recharging that battery. The Delta Zulu features a Kevlar cord that is tangle-free and snag-proof, so you can really wrap this thing up and not have to worry about damaging the cord. Another neat thing they did here with the Delta Zulu is they put both cords into one side of the ANR box. This might seem very simple, but I swear this is genius, because now I can tuck this little ANR box in my side pocket, not have to worry about it drooping around on the floor. Overall, the Delta Zulu is an amazing headset, but we do have to point out a couple of the cons that you're going to see on a Lightspeed Delta Zulu. One is the microphone. It is not reversible, and you can't switch sides with it. So it is forever on this side of my head. Even if I'm sitting in the right seat, it'll be over there. Another small con of the Delta Zulu is the size and the weight. It's a little bit beefier of a headset, so you're going to have a little bit more weight on your head. That bigger size also means there's a larger case that goes along with the Delta Zulu. It is a custom molded case, and it's a really nice case, but it's going to take up a larger footprint inside of your flight bag. That's what makes the Delta Zulu unique. Let's take a look at the Bose A30. The Bose A30 also has some unique features about it. They took some of the features you'll find in the ProFlight headset and put it into their A30. So you have multiple levels of ANR, low, medium, and high, and that's switchable on the little ANR control box. They also put in the touch to talk through feature. So I can tap the ear cup here, and I tap it twice and it'll open up that ear cup. Really, it's taking that ear cup and putting it down to the low ANR, and now I can have a conversation with someone that walks in the cockpit. The use case here is for a flight attendant that walks into the cockpit. The pilot can go ahead and open up that ear cup, we can have a conversation, then I can close it back down by double tapping. Here in general aviation, that's not really a great feature, so we just leave that off. It is controlled by a dip switch inside of the ANR box, so we don't have to have that. The Bose A30 has a side swappable microphone, so I can take the microphone that's located over here, and there's two little wings. I put those wings down and I take it out, and I can pop over to the other side. No matter which side of the cockpit I'm sitting on, I can move the mic over. This headset is TSO'd, so it is qualified for use in commercial airliner cockpits that require said TSO. Not all cockpits in commercial airliners have that requirement, but you might want to check with your chief flight instructor to see if that matters for you or not. The Bose A30 uses 2 AA batteries, and it'll last over 30 to 40 hours on those 2 AA's, which is more than enough for a weekend of flying or even a week with multiple legs. All right, now that we've been flying around for a while, let's get some honest opinions on these two headsets. Branden is a student pilot. He just started his training and is not very familiar with headsets, so this is a great beginner's take on these two headsets. So Branden, tell me about these two headsets. What do you think of these things?
There's a lot of similarities. Headsets really cut out the noise. They fit great on your head, and I really like how the mics just are really firm, and I hear everything really clear. It's amazing how the technology of these have come versus previous headsets.
They really are magic. That's the term I like to use, is magic when it comes to ANR. So comfort-wise, if you had to pick one for comfort, which one are you picking, or are they identical?
They're pretty identical. Both of them fit my head very nicely. I feel like they're secured. They don't feel rough around the ears or on top of the head. It's pretty amazing how similar these two headsets really are.
What about clarity of the microphone? If you had to pick one of these two to speak into, which one do you like better for the microphone?
For the microphone, I would probably have to say the Bose, for the fact that it switches from one side to the other. But I will say for the Lightspeed, I really like the sturdiness of this microphone. You can definitely tell there's quality here in both of these headsets, their microphones.
Well, you know, you've worn both of them now for quite some time. Durability-wise, the fit and feel of these headsets, what do you think? Are they very similar? Is there one better than the other?
Honestly, they're very similar. If you would have told me that I was wearing a Bose A30, I would have believed you. It's pretty amazing on how comfortable both of these headsets really are.
ANR really is magic, and digital ANR is just as magic as the old ANR technology of the past. So these things are amazing. For me, I've done a lot of flying. I've flown with Bose A20s for a long time, Lightspeed Zulu 3s, and a whole range of passive headsets as we test things out here at Sporties. I can say by far these two are the premium, the best of the best when it comes to ANR and comfort in the cockpit. Each one does fit a little different for pilots, and the more you fly, the more you'll develop your own needs and your own favorites. For me, I have a fatter head, so headsets do have a little more squeeze on my head than most pilots. The Bose with the center cam mechanism is a little softer on the side pressure for me, so I think it's a little more comfortable than the Lightspeed Delta Zulu. However, the build quality of the Delta Zulu I think is a little bit better than the Bose. Stainless steel band with magnesium air cups, it feels rock solid, and I know that thing's going to last for many, many years to come. If I had to pick one on the microphone, I would pick the Bose A30 just by a hair. I think it's just a tad bit more clear. However, I would prefer the Lightspeed Delta Zulu when it comes to the ANR box. That Kevlar cord is awesome, and having both sides of that cord come into one side of the ANR box is pure genius. So thank you, Lightspeed, for finally doing that for us. Digital ANR is just magic, and we're really thrilled to be flying with two amazing headsets. But we have about a couple hours left here on this flight today, so I got to ask you, Branden, which one are you going to take for the next 2 hours, and then I got to fly with the other one. You got to pick one. Which one?
Well, I'm going to have to go with the Bose A30 because it's all black, and it matches the black Cubs on my shirt.
That's perfect. That's a great reason, I guess. That matches your personality perfectly, too, so that's awesome. I'll definitely take the Delta Zulu back because I just love that ANR box, and it's going to be fitting right perfectly in this side pocket of this 172. And I'll let the A30's ANR box flop around on your side of the airplane.
Okay.
Thank you guys for joining us on this Pirate video. You can find both these headsets online at sporties.com.